welcome back to the Otafest podcast, episode 94.
Hoi hoi.
Hello, I'm Dio, and I'm here with...
Angelo.
And Jay.
Yeah,
And Angelo.
We're good to be
And
back.
Jay.
And
No.
Angelo.
And Jay.
And Angelo.
And
Jay.
Dio.
And Dio. And Jay.
And Jay.
But mostly Angelo.
And
By
perhaps a Dio. But yes, hello, we're back. It's another episode of the podcast. We've got some more neat topics today. You know, we're all still surviving the state of the world as best we can.
Mhm.
Haha, neat, because we're being shut-ins.
I was thinking the same thing actually.
I wasn't. I was just saying.
I was like, we
whatever
should
came
make.
to
We
my
should.
brain.
I was thinking like, should we have a neat podcast? For anyone who actually doesn't know what that means, it's
Not
it's-
employed in education or training.
Yeah,
Indeed.
NEET. It's a Japanese thing, but
It's
it's
a-
now a world thing.
It is a term for shut-ins.
And
which
why
is
are we shut in?
due to the coronavirus, which is affecting lots of people all over the world, including people in our local communities. Hopefully not many people in our local communities, and hopefully as few people as possible from here on out, but
Mhm.
it is something that we have to be aware of. And on that note, we are acutely aware of our community's concerns regarding COVID-19 and its impact on Otafest 2020, and we do thank you for your ongoing support. We do encourage you to visit our website, otafest.com/COVID-19 for any updates regarding coronavirus and the convention. Whether you're a volunteer, exhibitor, attendee, or partner, our community's health is our greatest priority in these difficult times. So please visit otafest.com/COVID-19. That's COVID-19 for continued updates from our organization. And remember to stay safe and
Yeah.
wash your hands.
Wash your damn hands,
Clean them good.
or don't, and face the
Face
the consequences.
Face the sufficences is
Face
what I
the
almost said.
sufficences.
Sufficences. Yeah. So that's a thing. I'm sure everyone's sick and tired of it in a way. No pun
Sick
intended at all.
And tired.
Yes.
In more
Actually,
ways than one.
Yeah, fatigue is a symptom, so get that checked out. If you're just being an adult tired, that's not a symptom. So
Yes, that's just normal.
stay away.
That's just being
go
an
to
adult.
bed.
Yeah, just stay in bed. I'm sure a lot of us at this time are just trying to find creative ways of entertaining ourselves other than just the regular. But for anyone who's still just trying to find new ways of entertaining yourselves at this very fun juncture in our lives, this is the recommendation stream or
Yeah.
podcast rather.
We're going to give you things to do.
Yeah, we've got. Everyone's got sort of their favorite channels and things, and I have taken more time to sort of read at this point. I don't really have any
Choice.
specific recommendations, but for me, it's just catch up. I'm just catching up on books that I've
Yeah.
wanted to read. I've been catching up on there's the original trilogy of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And after Stieg Larsson
Ooh.
passed, then there was I think he's an American author, and he's written 3 books from the perspective of Lisbeth Salander.
Yeah.
So it's just a new trilogy, but still in that same universe. So I mean, that's really cool, and it's been well received. I've only just started it, but I'm looking forward to sort of doing some catch up in my readings.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
I recently got through all of the books that had been loaned to me by a good friend, and so I'm reading some new books.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, Angelo's sister is a published author. She published a book recently about a topic that I'm not, necessarily particularly interested in. Because
She literally bought it because, being my girlfriend, she was contractually obligated.
I kind of was, but I was like
The supporting family.
supporting family, and I mean the book cover was really pretty also.
What's the name of the book?
The book is called Green Witchcraft.
Okay.
And Angela's
That's some
sister
Wiccan shit.
is she's like a practicing witch, and
Hell
like,
yeah.
it's a book about what green witchcraft is, and it includes like some witchcraft related spells that you can
Mine's a family of heretics.
Indeed, it's about spells that you can make and how you can use plants and stuff. And again, not something I'm super interested, but his sister's actually a good writer. Like, it's a good read. So I just am finishing the back, I want to say quarter of the book. Like, I've already read 3/4 of the book.
Green Witchcraft, a practical guide to discovering the magic of plants, herbs, crystals, and beyond.
Yes.
I know it's hers.
Yep.
The last name is there.
Yep.
So,
Yep, that's her book. And isn't the cover pretty?
it is. It's pretty cool.
It's a really cool looking cover.
It's got sort
like
of...
the print quality of the book is nice.
Yeah.
It makes my ADD brain that just wants pretty colors happy.
It's available via Indigo.
Yeah.
So-
And I bought it through Amazon and it shipped the minute it
Uh-oh.
was printed.
It's not the only one. Gasp. There's another book with a similar name.
Oh my.
The manual.
Herbs for Witchcraft. Green Witchcraft 3, the manual. Green Witchcraft, folk magic, fairy lore, and herbcraft. Oh no, Google.
There's so many books.
But anyway, that's
I'm,
pretty cool.
I'm also reading. So I recently decided to go back to therapy because I mean I for me find that pretty helpful.
hmm
And especially like
Can
when
you can you video conference on your therapy?
I wonder if I can.
Like,
I'm
I'm not
to
saying-
find out about that.
Like, I don't know if I don't want it to make it any less effective for anybody, including yourself. But I'm curious.
I wonder if that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be. But my therapist did offhandedly recommend a book, and I figured, you know what? I have some time to read things. Reading doesn't hurt. Oh my god, the book he just found.
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
I found someone made a parody of like some Spanish parody of Where's Waldo called Donde Está Wally, coronavirus edition, and then just where there'd be like scenes that are like landscapes that are like crammed with people like at the beach or people at like a
There's
village.
just one
There's
Waldo
nobody and there's just
nobody
Waldo.
else. Oh my god.
So
That's
what we're seeing is
amazing.
that Waldo doesn't know how to self-isolate and he doesn't
Yeah.
know how to social distance.
I don't know. He seems pretty isolated. And
I
there's-
guess so, but
the
that's
social distance
but he
is
also looks
fantastic.
like he lives in a
There's hundreds of
post-apocalyptic.
meters between him and
Yeah.
the closest person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started reading Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potential,
Mm.
by Carol S. Dweck, PhD.
Hmm.
And it's a pretty interesting book. It's all about changing your mindset if you're someone who struggles with negative mental attitude, how to throw away your NMA,
Sure.
which I found pretty helpful.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's been a good read so far.
I have so many Steam games to work through.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm just ignoring my Steam
Does-
library. It's
Does
not
your
real.
unplayed
Yeah.
game list ever get so large that it actually seems like a chore? Like, oh my god, I have to finish them, but there's too many of them.
At this point, I haven't
I don't know what
finished.
to do.
I haven't finished Witcher 3 entirely with the DLCs. I haven't finished Red Dead Redemption 2, which is huge as well. I think I'm about 40% through. So these are the games I've actually already started. The worst part of games that I haven't started, and I'm like, I don't
You're
want to
like,
know.
when am I gonna start those?
Yeah, like
When's that gonna happen?
quarantine's gonna have to last like 2 years before.
Before
that
I get
happens.
through them. I mean, I feel that because like I just don't look at my Steam library. Like I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Oh, I only have the games that are installed showing. Like I don't show the
that's
uninstalled
smart.
stuff because I'm like, that's
I
just a
should do
testament to my
that.
failures.
That would protect me because yeah, I know that I have the entire Elder Scrolls series just
Oh boy,
sitting there,
yeah.
just waiting to be played.
Yeah. Are there any
Uh,
games on your library that you haven't played that you actually want to play?
Yes,
Like,
I don't know.
Indivisible.
don't know that one.
It's
Oh, you have that?
you bought it for me.
I did. Wait, you're right.
That's that RPG from the same team that made Skullgirls.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that came
Interesting.
out right at the end of last year,
Yeah, it did.
Right.
and I need to play that, and I literally have not turned it on yet.
Fair enough. I honestly will say that there's no games that I haven't started that I wanted to play. Like I have games that I bought through like Humbles and stuff like that, where I have it doesn't mean I actually want to play it. And the games that I do want to play, I have started. I just haven't finished.
I have like 100
Mm.
indie games where I've started playing them, I put 2 hours into them, and then I have never touched them again, even though I loved them.
Right.
Oof.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should brush up our fighting game.
Maybe.
We should.
Oh,
We should get through them all. We should
Yeah.
all get good.
Oh God, that's the that's the mandate. Is everyone has to get good,
Get good.
Everybody gets good.
right? Half-Life Alyx is
Half-Life Alyx,
At the time
of this recording,
It's out.
it's not out yet, but when you guys are hearing this, it should be out 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I hope
Unless
it's
you're
good.
not hearing this when it came out.
Well, that's a them problem, not a us problem.
Yeah,
You're gonna get it.
I'm getting it.
Oh yeah, I
That's the whole point that
cannot
you invested in
wait.
VR.
I bought a VR headset to play that game specifically.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
here to play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
I can't
I-
wait.
I have no personal commitment to playing Half-Life Alyx right now because I do have other games I want to burn through. I'm trying to take gaming slowly, sort of. Like
That's
I'm
fair.
not
You're
trying.
pacing yourself.
I'm not trying to complete everything. I'm not trying to play everything that I possibly
You're a
can.
video game sommelier.
Video games are supposed to be fun, not a chore.
Exactly.
Which is exactly why I can't do what Dio does, and I can't do what anyone does in terms of streaming. Like, I am unwilling to turn. This was an episode like 2 weeks ago. I'm unwilling to turn hobby interests into career interests.
That's fair.
Not good
And
for
you
me.
have to be really careful about like establishing the line between what is work play and what is play. And I think for some
Right.
people, if you can't establish that line, you just shouldn't have to put yourself in a situation where you have to.
Yeah. Are there any sort of games you're halfway through that you're about that you're actually going to try and finish?
That's the big problem. Once you're halfway through a game, it's harder to get back into it because you're no longer in the tutorial levels where it's easy. You're in the middle of the game where it's harder to pick it back up.
I would argue like you're not unnecessarily wrong, but I feel like there are games like that are worse than others.
Like-
So like for example, if you're playing Stardew Valley and you and you stop playing it for like 2 weeks, Stardew Valley is intricate in the way that you have all this like micromanagement that you're doing, whether
Yeah.
it's like, this is the schedule
takes
for my
mind
crops
space.
happening and all this other kind of stuff that like it's scheduling on top of each and layered scheduling of what you were expecting to come up, like your crops being ready, your animals being ready, your house being upgraded, your relationship stuff, all that kind of, like I would not want to jump back into Stardew for that reason. But for games like, again, the sort of Red Dead and Witcher, they have a lot of stuff happening. But in terms of like what I actually need to get done, like I mean, at least there's like a quest list of me, like it'll tell me everything I sort of need to accomplish.
Tales of Zestiria and Tales of Berseria.
Yeah.
I'm about 20 hours into Zestiria
Hmm.
and 12 hours into Berseria, and I was enjoying both games. Like even Zestiria.
And then you didn't.
And then I just stopped playing, and I don't remember the story. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to play the game. Who are these people in my party? Do I restart the game?
Yes.
What do I do?
See, I don't have this problem. I have a much harder problem starting a game, but like once I've started, I'll see it through to the end.
Yeah.
Like I'm very dedicated to.
That's a good mentality.
But the only problem is I can only be dedicated to like one game at a time.
That's not really an issue. That's probably a better streamer mentality that way too.
It probably is, but it basically just means like if I'm playing Overwatch and I'm playing Overwatch this week,
Yeah.
we're not playing other games other than Overwatch.
That's fair.
Or like right now I'm playing Valhalla on stream, and
Mhm.
it's like if I'm streaming or if I'm playing a video game, it's Valhalla. That's what we're playing.
Yeah.
We're not.
It looks super fun, but the only problem that I have watching Valhalla is it's not a you thing. It's not that you.
yeah.
It's that I would probably not buy it and play it because I've seen.
You've seen all of it,
and there's
yeah.
no, to my knowledge, like I haven't actually looked it up, but I don't think there's, even if there were like multiple endings or anything like that,
It's not
there's probably
dramatically
enough
different.
variation that I would be like,
It would
Yeah,
be.
It's
a
not an
Yeah.
intricate visual novel.
Yeah.
There are good ends and bad ends,
but
but it's possible to get the best end
mhm.
in a single playthrough.
Oh, that's probably. I don't hate that.
I like that. I think
No,
that's better.
It is good.
And
from
it's not
from
artificial. That way, it's not sort of artificial.
I think it's better from a storytelling
Like,
experience.
The bad end, the only way to get the bad end is to
Just be the
not
worst
pay
bartender.
rent.
Oh,
at the
that's
end of the game.
hilarious. That's actually really funny. But I will say Valhalla looks really fun. I just now that I've watched
Nirvana
it, it's
coming soon.
so very
Yes.
unlikely for me to play.
pick it up.
But Nirvana is the new game, or
Nirvana is
something.
the sequel to it, or rather,
Yeah.
a new game in the exact same universe.
Right.
To the point where they even mentioned the bar Nirvana
Sure.
in conversation in Valhalla.
I would say that that's the only scenario I can see myself buying Valhalla is probably a pack with Nirvana, so I could just play them both. But then it means that I probably wouldn't watch like a stream of it because again, same issue.
You
Yeah.
want to experience it.
It's like
more.
not like remember like maybe 4 or 5 years ago there was a game called Firewatch or something like that
Yes.
that came out.
I don't, but he does.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm sure
game.
you do know Dio because like it was sort of big for what it
It was a very aesthetically pleasing game. It had an interesting story. somewhat.
Yeah. I watched a little bit and I wanted to play it and then I did buy it because I ended up not watching the whole stream of it. So I was like, oh, like I'd like to kind of go through with it. At the end, I wasn't particularly satisfied, but that's not exactly the issue. It's just like it
Mhm.
at least gave me a chance to sort of experience
Get
it
a
for
flavor
myself.
of it,
Yeah.
before you start playing it. But yeah, for me, it's more just like my Steam library is massive, and it's just like until
It's
until I have the impulse to want to play a specific game in
Yeah.
my Steam library, it's not getting played. Because if I don't have the impulse, I'm not going to start it.
Right.
And if I start it, I'm going to finish it.
A game that I'm looking forward to that's not just Cyberpunk at this point is, and I didn't really think I was gonna be into it, but I will probably get Death Stranding
Okay, that's fair.
Oh,
for
interesting.
PC, obviously.
On one hand, I'm really happy that I played it on PS4 because I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And we already talked about that in a previous episode, how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also malding because if I had just waited for the PC release,
Yeah.
I would have had the stupid third-person photo option that I wanted that is on PC and
Yeah,
not
they showed
on
some-
PS4.
Yeah, they showed some pictures where you're like Norman Reedus is doing like selfies with
I know, and
with
I
a head
wanna
crab.
Do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with a head crab.
I
Damn.
want to do that, and I can't do
Here,
that.
you know what you could do? You could probably sell your physical. Did you buy a physical copy?
No, I bought a
This
digital copy.
is why I buy physical copies for consoles.
Yeah.
Kojima, why won't you patch that into PS4?
Because you don't deserve it.
Sony probably wouldn't allow them to have a head crab on PS4.
No, it wasn't about the head crab.
It's
Just
about
I know,
it's about
but
the photo.
feature.
Angelo's just like the head crab though. Yeah. Do you have any disease or pandemic related recommendations in the video game genre? that you
Resident
think-
Evil,
Resident Evil.
especially Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
Or the new Resident Evil 2, which I haven't played yet.
Yeah, the
but I
Resident Evil
really
2
want
remake,
to. I wanna
looked
play
really
it so
good.
bad.
Yeah.
It looks so good. RE7 was also amazing.
I kind of wanted to play Biohazard.
Biohazard?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
the
Resident
the
Evil
Japanese,
Biohazard.
yeah.
No. Resident Evil Biohazard. The one that takes place in the house.
That's
Okay.
RE7.
Oh, that's 7? It's
Yeah.
also called I thought it was called Resident Evil Biohazard.
So so the thing is,
Like
in
I know the Japanese title thing.
the Japanese. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's called Resident Evil Biohazard in Japan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why do I only know it by that title? That's weird.
Well, because they released both titles at the same time.
Maybe.
And
That's
they're
very
both in
strange.
English. Yeah.
Uh,
It's the same game. The one in the house is the same game.
Okay.
It was great. Great
I-
game.
You know,
Loved
you
it.
can always go back to playing some Left 4 Dead.
I
2.
would download Left 4 Dead again in a heartbeat.
That game is just fun. I have it re-downloaded. I was replaying.
I have it.
ago.
I still have it again now. Even though I said for the longest time I wouldn't play it because we played it. I played it at a LAN party like last year or something. No, actually, I don't have it.
The last
installed
time
right
I
now.
played it was with a couple of friends. We were
Yeah.
playing it while Overwatch was dead.
Yeah.
Like when it was down.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, let's play Overwatch 2. And we put a bunch of like character skins into it.
There you go.
And so like I was Tracer, another friend was Widow.
Someone should have
And
been Winston. The tank
someone
should
was
have been
Anna.
Winston.
It was good.
Yes, that would have been amazing.
Oh, Tank as Winston would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think we got that.
And then you could have gotten like Charger as like Roadhog or something. Or no, Reinhardt.
It's Reinhardt. That would have been amazing.
That'd be amazing. I would
But yeah,
say
we were
that I'm
joking
more
calling it
willing.
Overwatch 2. It was great.
I'm sort of more willing to get back into it. I have like huge gripes against it because we played it for so much, and not because I got burnt out on it specifically. It's because it's so buggy.
Yeah, it's
and
showing its
that's
age
what
now.
that's what pissed me off.
It does show its age.
It showed its age like 4 years ago.
It did, and so it's only going to show it even more.
Or
I
like
don't think
even like
it's-
9 like even like
I don't
9
think it's
years ago.
irredeemably buggy.
It's coming
Dude,
close.
if
It's
anything,
annoying when you like when
What's
you think you
annoying
have
the
a
most
kill.
is that we're not good enough anymore.
I might
I
still
don't
be
have that
okay.
problem.
I feel like I'm still good.
I'm an FPS gamer, buddy. Nothing has changed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be willing to go through it again, especially if there's even less and less to do as days come.
Yeah, I'm willing to do it again too.
Yeah. The only thing is, I think servers kind of suck.
Servers?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, because they don't really, unless
there's
I
still
don't
Valve
know.
dedicated servers.
are there?
Yeah,
Because I know a lot of them are sort of like
community servers.
community servers, and I don't hate them, but a lot of them add a lot of stupid stuff. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we'll
I don't know.
see.
all right. So that's sort of gaming. If you are if you're running out of stuff to watch, which is like something that happens to me on the regular, because I tend to not watch like Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus.
well,
so
the
much.
obvious thing is to rewatch everything that features contagious diseases,
Yes.
which means like almost every zombie movie.
Okay.
So 28 days later, 28 weeks later, watch
Right.
Wreck, watch Contagion.
But what about
Was
shows?
Contagion
Watch-
a zombie movie?
You can watch 2006's Fatal Contact,
I'm
Bird
good.
Flu in America.
I'm good. Or you could watch what's that one? Oh, you can watch the whole Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah?
I mean, that's not all
Yeah,
like
watch
zombie
Hot
related.
Fuzz.
but
Almost none of it is.
Well, only one of them.
And even
Shaun
then,
of-
it's
no,
not really
actually,
an
Shaun of-
infection.
No, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the
is-
Dead. Yeah,
is
but
part
Hot
of it.
Fuzz is nothing to do with zombies.
No, but I mean, you might as well just watch the trilogy because they're still fun. Then
Because they're damn good.
there's the other one,
The World's End?
The World's End.
That was
which
more
is-
about
that's just-
robots.
Great.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like, you know.
It's the
World-
trilogy.
end of the world.
You don't watch one movie and not watch the other.
And it doesn't have to be a pandemic related. It could
Actually,
just be
yeah,
end of the world.
apocalypse movies are great.
Apocalypse
Did you
movies
guys ever watch 2012?
No.
Wait,
What?
is that the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I don't know. But
Have you watched it?
it's,
But I don't
it's
know
an
who's
apo-
in it.
I don't know actors. I don't know actors. It's a disaster movie where the world basically ends in the most glorious way possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the mountains erupting, like volcanoes erupting, the
Uh-huh.
earth
Mountains
splitting apart,
erupting.
Yeah.
climate change doing everything,
I
and people's solutions are let's get on a boat.
right. I
Do
sort
they-
of like.
Is that the one where they're trapped in the New York Library?
No, that is a different one. That has to do with I can't remember what the end of that one was, or what the name of that one was. But that had to do with like the ice age, like a short ice age, and the shifting of the poles. And
Mhm.
was it a hurricane?
Yeah, there was a hurricane at the start of the movie.
There was a hurricane, but it wasn't about the hurricane. There was a coldness vortex though that took the cold air from the top of the
Oh, God,
atmosphere down
okay.
to the bottom of the atmosphere, and that's
Like,
why
you can
things were
watch. You
freezing
can also
so
watch
late.
monster movies. Like you can watch
like Monsters Inc.
No, like Godzilla. I want so bad to hit you right now.
Really said it.
But
Day
then
After Tomorrow.
I want to
that's
hit
right. I
Angelo,
actually
but then
really
I'd have
liked
to hit
that
his
movie.
face, and you
That's the
shouldn't
one with
touch
Jake
faces.
Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
No, I was saying like I was like thinking like you could do Godzilla
No.
and stuff.
2012 wasn't a great
I
movie,
also-
but it was a fun movie.
I sort of like sad Armageddon movies. Like I like
Armageddon?
seeking a friend for the end of the world.
Or
Armageddon.
Train to Busan. Hurt
Train
my
to
feelings.
Train to Busan. Yeah.
Busan.
There's actually gonna be 2. There's gonna be a
I
second
don't
one, or
wanna
maybe.
fix
Actually, I don't know when.
Give it to me.
Please, this is audio. This is an absolute audio. I'm just gonna unmute you. It's an absolute audio nightmare. So you're welcome.
I Am Legend. Oh,
I
you
Am
could
Legend
also-
was fun.
It was a fun movie. Also,
I Legend.
not so Quarantine was
No, no,
the
no, no, no.
American remake,
Uh-huh.
but Wreck and Wreck 2 were the original films.
No idea.
Yeah, that's true.
But okay.
Yeah. So Quarantine was the one where they're in the house,
Apartment building.
apartment building,
Right.
and there's like demons and shit, or like it's
Well, they're like
Oh,
rabies
yeah.
zombies.
rabies
Okay, okay,
zombies,
okay.
and then the second one
Yeah.
takes place on a plane.
Yeah.
Okay, the original Spanish film, Wreck and Wreck 2, so good.
I actually haven't seen Wreck
Yes.
2.
Wreck 2 was terrible.
Oh.
Or sorry, sorry. I thought you said sorry. Wreck 2 was great. But it kind of goes away from zombies.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
But sorry, Quarantine 2 was not good.
So, like, the Wreck 2, it happens on a plane?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're Rec 2 and Quarantine 2 are not even remotely the same.
Because I was going to say, if it happens on the plane, like,
Rec 2,
Snakes on a Plane is a better plane-based disaster movie.
Rec 2 is on the same apartment building.
Do you guys have any sort of YouTube channel recommendations in terms of because I have some stuff here. So I watch a fair bit of my stuff on YouTube as opposed to like Netflix or any
Most
other
of the
streaming
YouTube
services.
stuff that I watch
Right.
is more instructional than for like.
Sure, but that's
pure
still a
entertainment
recommendation. A recommendation is a recommendation.
If you
The
like
things-
computers
Yeah.
and if you don't watch Gamers Nexus, you don't know what you're doing. Gamers Nexus and the tech Jesus who runs it is probably one of the most informative, computer hardware specifically based channels. For more hardware and software together, there's Level 1 Techs, which is also like straight up the second best computer stuff on YouTube.
I tend to the stuff that I watch, like I watch some Let's Play stuff. I'm actually not gonna list the sort of very popular stuff that's out there that I watch because like I watch some cooking stuff, so you know things like Bon Appetit, you know things like
Sam the
like,
cooking guy.
I watch some like Game Grumps stuff every now and then, or other things like that. But there's sort of channels that I like to watch that do like sort of short films, and one of my favorite is called Ometo, which is like they just do short films. They have some established actors come into them every now and then, but sometimes they're just sort of more like lesser known. They do some really cool stories in general. They're all like maybe about 15-20 minutes or kind of range, but the best part about them is that they have such a wide range of like topics that they hit on, like genre wise. They have horror, they have thriller, they have like romance and comedy and stuff, but they're all like really well done. And because I'm always a huge fan of short format stuff. Like you guys know that basically my favorite shows are always like short format 12 episode 14 episode seasons where they cram story and they cram development
when everything happens so fast.
Yeah, and everything is well developed and sort of more realistic. Ometo has some really cool ones where they do some really fantastic thriller type stuff. So if you want to watch that, literally, like, you know, even if it's just in your background while you're like playing video games or watching a movie or something, or not watching another movie, but like reading a book, I really recommend them because they have such a wide range of topics that they hit on.
I have a short film. It's kind of cheesy because it's like a low budget Japanese short film, but you might enjoy it. It's called Chicos Ghost.
I think I already know it.
I loved it
because I'm a horror fan. I know like a lot of.
Yeah.
I want to look it up just to make sure that I.
But yeah, that not related to recommendations really that much in general, but it's a good short film. I liked it.
A few months ago when
so this is on Asian Crush. This is on, or K Crush as well.
I love them.
They have some really cool stuff that's also either short film. They also do some like
full
Asian
movies.
film. Yeah, they
Asian
do clips and stuff.
Yeah.
But they also do short films that are indie, and the short films that are available on their channel
are great.
Again, really cool, especially if you do like thriller and Asian horror
stuff.
It's really fun.
Yeah. So for me on YouTube, I've been on the weirdest binge lately, which is where I really enjoy VR chat videos. And like, it's not that I couldn't play VR chat. Like, we have VR in our house, but I don't want to play VR chat.
Why are you watching? You need to tell me what is the appeal of watching VR chat videos.
I know.
Let's plays of
VR
chat.
Let me explain, because it's not like Let's Plays. So
do you watch these, Angelo?
No.
So like, there are two channels that I watch a lot in particular. One of them is Sirmore, and the other one is I Am Lucid. And what's really cool is that they're less like Let's Plays or like I'm going in VR chat and here's highlights of me in VR chat. It's more like person to person interviews, but it's interfaced through VR chat. So an example of a video that I watched that I thought was really cool and was like really interesting, something I never thought of in a million years, was I Am Lucid went into VR chat, and he got in contact with the deaf community in VR chat.
Okay.
Who are very specific because they make friends with each other in VR chat because unlike in other multiplayer games, they can actually talk to each other via sign language.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really cool because they have specific worlds created that are there to teach people
Right.
sign language.
And just as a quick aside, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not saying that I'm like an authority on this, but if you're not aware, the deaf community is actually a really interesting sub-community of human
Yeah,
culture
it's really
because
cool.
they are very sort of self-integrated into who they are as so almost a people. So
Yeah.
instead they sort of they sort of it glosses over like race or gender and things like that, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like if you're deaf, you're part of this community.
Yeah.
And they sort of are very self-insulating in that way, and
yeah,
it's really
they'll
interesting.
take care of you and welcome you and
Yeah.
teach you.
On the other hand, there are sort of, and this is not necessarily a negative, but they do actually have like this perception of like if you are maybe born deaf or become deaf, and then you still take steps to become a hearing person to get like cochlear implants and things like that, they actually may start viewing you as like an outsider or somebody who is
Interesting.
not like who doesn't want to be part of the community, and it's almost it's.
Interesting.
I don't necessarily like again, not necessarily negative. I see where they're coming from. It's just again something that you wouldn't normally think about.
Interesting.
Really
yeah.
cool to do research on it. Keep going.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so it was really cool for me because it was not something that I had thought about. I was like, how does someone who is not hearing like engage in video games where
Sure.
hearing is a big part of a lot
of the environment,
games,
yeah.
right? So it was really cool because they have these worlds set up and they're teaching people ASL,
Right.
and they're also showing how like they have their own slang
Right.
within VR chat that they use to communicate with each other. I'm like, that's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. Or like another guy did a video where he went to a baptism
Right.
in VR chat. So there's a guy in VR chat who is a priest, and every Sunday he holds Sunday Mass
Really?
in,
That's
in
pretty
VR
cool.
chat so people can come.
VR baptisms, though.
Yeah,
Do they count?
Does it?
they do according to this priest.
But I mean,
Well, of course
like,
that
but there's
priest
like the
would say
thing.
so.
Yeah. In the same
Ask the
saying that
Pope.
like prosperity evangelists also say that their things are valid and no one
Yeah,
likes
that's
them.
true. Good point.
I don't.
Good
I'm
point.
not trying to be rude. Literally, it's just the validity is questionable because there's
You
a
have to-
physical aspect.
Yeah. But
Like,
mean,
I
it's
wouldn't
still-
even say anything like doing a sermon or service or whatever in
That's
VR
fine.
chat. I have no issues with that.
But if
Whatever.
you're saying a
was cool.
baptism that requires like holy water or something,
Yeah, it's like,
Right?
yeah, just take some tap water out and pour it over your VR
like these
headset.
bits, I have blessed these bits that represent water. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know, but it was just really cool because again, it was something I
Your
never.
Did you know-
3D
did you-
model
something I
is
never
now
thought about.
Christian.
Something I learned about holy water is that if you have, let's say you have 1 liter and one liter plus 1 milliliter of holy water, and you mix it with 1 liter of regular water, that whole thing becomes holy water.
Yeah.
It's like as long as it's over half of it is.
Wait a minute.
Is
At what
holy-
point does
it
it
be-
become holy water? Like, if you pour it slow enough, how many liters do you have to add?
I see what you mean,
Yes.
but that's not what they're getting at.
What if you drip it in 1 drop at a time?
Then it will eventually become holy water anyways, because the constitution of it
Like,
will
if
have
you
become-
have one,
I know what you mean.
if you have a vat of 1 liter of holy water,
Yes.
and then you just drip 500
Here's the
liters,
thing.
1 drop at a time into it.
I know what you're getting at. Doesn't matter because the folks that really are into holy water, there are folks who are really into holy water.
Yeah.
They literally have stores of it, and all they do is like they go to their like church to ask for like some holy water,
Like,
and then
part
they
of me
start
is
and then they
thinking
start
about
like
the whole-
multiplying their own holy water at home, so they have like a bunch of it.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
This is real.
Yeah.
Part of me is
As
thinking
a
like,
Catholic,
how do
this
you
is
mass
real.
produce holy water, and
Yeah.
at the same time, just send the guy down
It's
to a
really
lake and be like, I
well,
bless this lake,
But yeah, I want to take a step back from
and
that
all
real
the
quick.
creatures living within it.
I want to take a step back from it really quick. But it's related to sort of like it reminded me because of the whole sermon thing somehow. Did you hear about the Minecraft library?
Yes.
No.
But I don't know the details of it, so please tell me.
Okay. Hold on. So
Basically,
I'm looking up the specific details because I don't
To
want
my
to get this wrong.
understanding, the Cliff's Notes is that there's a library that Chinese users made. Am I correct? That includes a bunch of banned or censored books.
So, okay, maybe you have to understand that I am fairly new to Minecraft. I only just started playing. Like, I know that you can have, like, the book things.
Okay.
So, like, they've transcribed books onto the virtual books.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
So here's the thing. So in certain countries such as China and Russia and other countries, they crack down on things like VPNs and ways to access sort of the open internet and access open resources that we sort of take for granted out here.
Yeah, the stuff that is
Right.
prohibited.
So there's an organization called Reporters Without Borders. So they are making the news and certain information like such as like certain books or whatever texts available via an online library in Minecraft. So basically you'd be able to join a Minecraft server because Minecraft is not really blocked. It's just another game server. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you would hop onto this server where in Minecraft you can make books. You can literally
exactly. You can
print
make books and you can type.
Put in the text. So therefore they are allowing people to access this globally.
That's so cool.
As a resource where it's completely open and not really blocked, because if you blocked one, then you'd have to block all of Minecraft or something. And I don't like. I'm of course that's always a possibility.
Yeah, it's a thing that could happen, but there's reasons to not want that to happen because if the Chinese player base is a big part of Minecraft, then
the one issue with that is, sure they're making it available.
Yeah.
In a country that is doing like deep packet inspection. Because Minecraft traffic is unencrypted, the plain text of that book is being sent. They would be able to read that right over the packets and be like, yeah, this person, or rather, this IP address is getting this censored information.
I see what you mean.
Go crack down on them.
Right, that's not any different from saying this IP address is being routed through a virtual private network.
Yeah. In China, they don't allow VPNs.
As of recently, yes.
In Russia, I believe they're actually illegal.
Indeed.
Sure.
Yes. That is why the Minecraft library.
Either way, it's a really interesting and creative.
It's a creative workaround.
Yeah,
I feel like
whether it works or not is one thing, but it's cool that they're trying.
It's a clever idea, but I feel like anyone actively using it, is
running a risk. Yes.
They're running a big risk.
But I mean, that's the same thing with the group of people who use a virtual private network or anything else.
Right?
Right? Like, it's the same risk.
I want to move on to our last category for recommendations so that people might have some content that they have yet to touch on. Because honestly, I run out of content to watch regularly. So
let's talk about some long-ass anime.
It doesn't have to be long anime.
No,
I want to put we put in the notes that we want to talk about long anime because obviously there's
if you
a
have
reason
never
to do so.
watched One Piece before,
and
you suddenly have 2 weeks of free time, you may need more than that.
I want to say I'm actually gonna check how many
episodes are there. I know there's over 600.
It's over 900.
Over 900.
I'm pretty sure.
It's even worse than I thought it was.
One Piece episodes.
I joked in our document, I put that there was 12 million episodes of One Piece, and I feel like that's not far from the truth.
You are not very close at all. Between 12 million and 900, there's quite a bit less.
There is basically no difference.
What are you doing?
I was trying to look up the name of a specific streamer to recommend.
Oh.
But it opened...
You might want to turn down your volume.
It opened the thing, and I couldn't make it be quiet.
It's at 9. It's at least at 900. It's 930 or so.
Jesus.
Not including movies. There's movies.
I personally, I won't watch anything over 25 episodes if I know that going into it, which oftentimes rules out good anime for me. When it was airing, I was keeping up this one anime called Space Brothers, which is really a great show. It is over 90 episodes. I think it's like 99 or 100 episodes.
Right.
I would really recommend you watch it if you have a lot of spare time. If you're someone like me, watching that would take up about a week.
I mean, length of a show does not correlate to how good it is.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm like really guilty of always saying that I really like short form when I do watch something like One Piece. But I'm just invested in One Piece. It's not like I watch a lot of other long form stuff. I just feel like short form sort of carries out this specific medium of really good character development. That's the reason why I stay in One Piece. Because
when you have an anime that has only 12 episodes, they have to do things every week.
In One Piece, there has been filler. I'm not you can't lie about that. but they also are very good about their character development. So that's why I'm still on board.
The one issue I would have with Space Brothers, a lot of things could happen in a single episode. Like, they would make it very entertaining, but only one plot relevant thing would actually happen.
What's your favorite long anime that's completed?
That's completed. Space Brothers would actually probably be it. Beyond that, other long anime that I've watched, I started watching Naruto, and then I eventually dropped it. I didn't even try Naruto Shippuden. I'm done with Naruto. Same thing happened with Bleach. Like, I watched all of Bleach.
Did that either.
I quit it at the Bount arc. I picked it up after then, and then I dropped it halfway through the Mexico arc. I just couldn't anymore. Like, when it comes to long anime like that, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably the next longest anime that I've enjoyed, and that's Jay looked it up before we started this. 68 episodes after OVAs.
Yeah.
Well, there's some other long. If you're willing to watch multiple seasons of Cutie Honey,
what is Cutie Honey?
So Cutie Honey is like a recurring series that's very popular in Japan. It's basically like, think of like, it's like a blend between Magical Girl and like Sentai shows.
Okay.
It's like a blend between those two.
Sure.
And it's been around since the early 70s.
Created by Go Nagai, wasn't it?
Go Nagai, yes.
Yeah.
Who created,
Same guy who did Devilman.
He did Devilman and a bunch of other popular series. But basically, like, almost every decade, there is a new Cutie Honey for you to watch.
Unfortunately, the newest one wasn't that good.
It wasn't that great, but if you go watch all the other ones, they're amazing. And
Like,
there's a movie.
There was the OVA series Cutie Honey Flash that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, there's the OVA series, there's live action Cutie Honey, there's Cutie Honey movies.
Okay.
And they're all different.
What about there's not a lot of really good sort of horror-y or like pandemic.
There's almost no good horror anime.
I really can't think of a lot. Like, the closest, like, is Hellsing a horror anime? No.
No,
Not
Hellsing's
really.
action.
It's an
It's action
show
with horror elements.
I think, and this is my opinion,
Oh,
Horror,
Hellsing Ultimate
pandemic.
take
is
it
really
for
good.
what it is.
You can watch
but
Cells at Work.
I think
Is
it's
Osmosis
hard to
Jones an anime?
translate
No.
J-horror into anime. However, one that I would recommend that is like a horror show, and actually is somewhat pandemic related, actually, wait a minute, is Gyo.
Gyo.
Gyo. The fish movie.
I don't know that.
It was written by Junji Ito.
Right?
And it's about
It's about a bunch of fish growing legs.
growing like limbs and
Right.
Rather,
infecting
they're
the world.
attached to robotic legs
Yeah.
and taking over the world.
I was like, you could maybe watch, like, Jigoku Shoujo, but that's... Like, I don't really have a lot of horror stuff.
So-
There's
that
Junji
one feels
Ito
so
stuff, but
dry.
that's mangas, mostly.
That's Gyo is a movie.
Okay.
It was a manga, and they made a movie, and the movie is actually really, really good. The Gyo movie is awesome.
The Junji Ito anime, like the one from 2
It's
years
not
ago,
good.
don't watch it.
It's not good.
Don't. No,
It's
just
not that
don't.
great. I don't.
There
like
is some Junji Ito stuff currently in the works, wasn't there?
Probably.
Uzumaki,
I just
was
don't
that
know
it?
for sure, yeah.
Was that by
Maybe?
Junji Ito?
Yes,
It
it
is.
was.
Because they're working on that. They're doing something with that.
Ooh,
I don't know if
that's
I'd actually
exciting.
watch it, though, at this point. Like, I read it, and I'm just like, I don't know how
Yeah.
well it'll translate to an anime.
I
'cause-
think J-horror in particular is a very specific style
Yes.
that it's hard to translate it into an
Different
anime.
mediums in
Yeah.
general.
I think it's hard to translate into
Right.
different mediums. Like, there are a handful of, like, if you want like a thriller horror,
Right.
Satoshi Kon's Perfect Blue is a favorite of mine.
Mhm.
It's very spooky and eerie and very unsettling.
But yeah,
not a lot of
unfortunately, it's
horror
fairly
movies.
limited. I would probably tell you to look into more like horror manga, but again, not a lot of pandemic related stuff. They didn't get so heavily into zombies as Western culture did.
Well, I
for
mean, if
example,
you just want a
so-
zombie show, there's Gakogurashi, School Live.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
It was very enjoyable.
High School of the Dead.
The first episode tries to debate you.
Uh-huh.
Make it through the first episode, and you might be hooked.
All right.
Of Gakogurashi.
But yeah, I
And
don't
that
think
was a
there's
short one. It's 12 episodes.
I don't think there's much more to add on this topic overall, but I do hope that some people have more to do, because you know what? Staying at home is only fun when you want to stay at home.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
It's fun when you have fun things that you want to do.
If
Right.
you want to reminisce about someone who's stuck at home and wants to get out of home, watch Welcome to the NHK.
There you go.
All right. Well, in that case, we've given you all our little bits, and I hope that you are doing well and staying safe and not going completely bored out of your mind. If you have any recommendations,
Don't get cough. Wash your hands. Stay at home. Pour
Yep.
a pint. And
comment
wait for this whole
comment
thing to blow
with
over.
your own recommendations. But at this point, thank you so much for listening. We hope to be back. If
We hope
everything
to be
sells-
back.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's tough. No one can say for sure. So thank you for listening, and
The
we'll
episode
catch
after
you.
this might be recorded over Discord.
We'll catch you next time.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.